Here we are with the Samsung Q60B, and I've got it fired up, and we're going to start talking about what we're seeing here. So traditionally, with pretty much every brand new 2022 Samsung running the latest Tizen operating system, you're going to be asked whether or not you want to use your smartphone or the remote control to set it up. I'm going to start off by using the remote control. Now, I'll ask you if you want to go retail mode or if you want to use a particular startup device. I'm just going to select retail mode. Now, I have to say this is not going to affect any of the picture quality after the fact, because sometimes people believe that doing this will destroy the TV. That's not the case. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and then we're going to set it to retail mode and make sure it just knows that that's what we want. Now, as far as Wi-Fi goes, I'm not interested in doing any of that right now. We're just going to go ahead and skip past all of that. Now, it's going to take you to this startup screen here, which is just the generic welcoming that they do for the 2022 Samsung line of televisions. As high up as even the Samsung S95B, the same welcoming system can be seen. So this is more of a universal kind of approach that Samsung has as far as starting all that up. As far as uniformity so far, I do see some haziness going around. It's not the most uniform thing I've ever seen, but that was kind of to be expected with this particular model. The 6 Series isn't necessarily known for being a champion as far as black levels, so I won't be too hard on it because it's not a champion at black levels. So what I'll do is I'll try to get the store demo fired up to give you guys an example or an idea as to how this picture quality is. So here we are with the store demo, and I can say as it starts up, it actually looks really beautiful, and my camera surprisingly is not doing it justice. I'm gonna have to lower my ISO. It's really bright, at least as far as the way the camera is perceiving it. As far as the picture quality though, I mean, it actually looks pretty solid. Now, that's kind of easy to do. Now it's starting to fall apart a lot more that we're getting the foliage, and now I'm starting to see it be more of a budget TV, but back there when they were showing a lot of the reds, those did look pretty good. As far as so far though, what I'm seeing, the clarity is actually not bad at all. For a entry-most line into Samsung's products for QLED, this actually is not as bad as I was expecting, to be honest with you. I was expecting so much worse than this. This is actually really nice. That right there, that's actually really pretty. I don't know, man. This TV seems to have some potential, and of course, I'll be giving it my sauce, making some epic settings that pretty much everybody can use. Because again, I understand that it gets frustrating if all we have are like the most expensive Supremo TVs to buy from and pick from. And believe me, I know. So I'm definitely going to be working and putting my sauce in on this. But I do want to talk about a little bit of what this TV is and is not going to offer. Now, what they're claiming is that the dual LED is better than direct lit somehow. I don't know how that works. I mean, they say it's because they have 2 kinds of color temperature lights in there and whatever. There's a whole science behind it, but I don't know. That's a claim that I don't really know if I really believe in too much. Dual LED being a little bit better than direct lit, not to be mistaken for full array local dimming, but direct lit. So I don't know. I haven't really compared it side by side to a direct lit television, but if that's the claim they're running with, we'll just let them have it. Now, this is running the Quantum Processor AI 4K, but the light version of that. So, don't expect all the bells and whistles. It'd be interesting to see what we do lose as far as that does kind of pertain to picture quality. I actually kind of want to see what our options are now. So I'm going to open up the menu because I'm genuinely curious now as to what am I missing more or less. So if I go into picture settings and I open it up, they always start off in torch mode, which is dynamic. We have standard, movie, retail bright, and retail dark because I'm in retail mode. I don't know. And of course, anytime you go to movie mode, things get a little bit more accurate, as they say. Standard is what a lot of other people go to. And standard, honestly, right now looks like the better mode. Movie mode obviously looks a little bit more so-called accurate, but I do prefer the look of standard right now. I think standard looks a lot better, though some work could be done, I guess, if we go to movie mode, because I know they just default to the auto color space, which looks bad. And immediately, what you would want to do to get around all those washed out colors is to go just straight to the native, and all of your colors immediately come back, as you can clearly see, washed out versus like not washed out. And this is just like one of the steps that I do when I make these awesome settings that I will be giving out later on to our members. So I can't stress, if you want the next level for this TV, definitely join, you'll be getting that. But for now, we're just gonna hit native. Now I wanna see what it looks like compared to even standard right now. Let's see, standard, that's way too bright and overjuiced. So yeah, you're definitely going to want to stick with movie mode so far out of the box. Only correction I've made is basically putting it in the native, and that tones things down a lot more, makes it look a lot more realistic, and now that looks a lot better. I like that picture a lot more. Again, it's a little bit on the greenish hue side because it hasn't been professionally calibrated by yours truly. It will be, and I'll be giving you an impression of its final calibration. But as far as out of the box goes, for just a general, like whipping it out of the box and going and messing with a couple things, and by literally a couple things, I really just changed color space and the picture preset. By just doing those changes, it does look a lot better and it's a lot more balanced. I'm excited to see this TV now because I'm seeing even how motion kind of plays out on the screen. It doesn't look so bad. So yeah, a lot to see, a lot to investigate. If you have questions about this or there's stuff you want to see, chime off down below. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll do my best to make it happen for you guys. That being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the #1 brand in honesty. So far, my impressions are that this has potential, but I've only seen it with store demo stuff, so I'll wait till we see more things. But until the next video, I'll see you guys later.